Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a farmer carry and telling you why you should do it. Alright, so farmer carries, a essential strongman movement. I think one of the most functional movements that anyone could do, really something that at any level someone should add into their program. So some benefits of it. Like you can see, it's basically the motion is picking up heavy weight and walking a distance with it. So some benefits there. Going to be working a lot of the upper back, a lot of the whole posterior chain, working the whole spine down there to keep good posture while you're trying to carry body weight or more, or less too, if you want to build it up. Trying to carry a lot of weight and not hunch over to keep it strong. It all starts from up in the traps, squeezing them back, power belly out, to flexing the glutes underneath you to be able to walk with it. It's like I talk about with all strongman movements, full body tension and constant tension for the whole walk. If any one of those parts slips, you're not going to complete the lift, or at least you're not going to complete it in the best way and the safest way. So from the top too, I actually, in the video that I just showed you guys, the last clip there, when I went a little bit slower, had an angle at the side for you guys. The gym was a little loud today. I couldn't really talk and wasn't picking up on the phone, not on the phone, wasn't picking up on the camera. So I decided to just show you guys some farmer walks and then I'll describe it. So that last one, like you can see, it's very similar to a trap bar deadlift. That's really the huge benefit of it, like a trap bar deadlift. Very good, comfortable position for the spine, a lot of leg strength to pick it up, but also the whole core bracing and all that good stuff. So you can see from that side angle, right? So if I was getting in position here, want to be set up, yes, somewhere like a trap bar deadlift, straight back, hinging at the hips, but it is still definitely driving off the legs like a leg press, pushing off with your heels. A big cue that I like to do when I'm teaching people this one is telling them to focus on the heels and the hips, because that's where the whole motion comes from. You're trying to drive your heels through the ground, but also trying to get your hips under you. Now, using that, you don't want to do a big thing that I see people make a mistake on when they're deadlifting, is doing it like two parts. So if I'm at the side, you don't want to straighten your legs and then hips go through. You want to have your hips driving under you the whole time as you're... Oh, there's a squirrel over there. You want to have your hips driving through the whole time, right from this starting position. You want to be pushing off the ground and getting your hips under you the whole time. So if you were going to look at a diagram of it, instead of, since your hips are the main mover here, you don't want your hips to go up and then out. You want it to be diagonal the whole time. Similar to like how I like to think of being in the hole on a squat or a deadlift. The whole idea, you want your strongest muscles getting back under you. Otherwise, it's just going to be too much stress on your lower back. And yeah, definitely not ideal to stress out the lower back. Because this is one of those exercises where a lot of people see it and they're like, oh, you have a slight bend and you're picking up something, you're going to destroy your back. It's totally going to build that up if you just focus on getting your hips under you. Instead of being out here and picking the weight up, you want to be here and get your hips back under you. It's going to be a game changer for the position and how good it's going to feel. Also from there, right, so we're picking it up, getting the hips back under you, but also you want that full body tension. So pressing out with the abs, power belly, and squeezing the lats in, like you're trying to connect your elbows through your body. Lats are a big part of the core, or core tension anyway, that a lot of people don't think about, and it's really going to help you a lot on this movement. So moving up the body. Also, you don't want to hunch over, so like you're holding something between your shoulder blades the whole time. It's really going to help you out. So going through the chain there, got the whole posterior chain flexed, right? Then on top of that, with each step, you got to flex the glutes, keep your hips under you the whole time. Okay, so you got your glutes engaged, abs, upper back, lats. Then a big part of the farmer carries, the one that I had the biggest trouble with at first was just the grip, because you got to hold heavy weights in your hands. So something that's going to help you a lot with this. Now, if you have real farmer handles like the ones I was using in the video, there are techniques to just manipulating that big piece of equipment. So now on the handle of it, now you can see in some of the videos, you can, ideally, you want to have your middle and pointer finger in the middle, like directly dead center of that bar. You don't want to have the middle of your hand in the middle, because then it'll start to lean one way or the other, most likely turn up, and that's totally going to kill your momentum, especially if it starts dragging on the ground. It's going to kill everything. Because once you get walking, you want to try to use the momentum to your advantage. So if you put your first two fingers right in the middle there, when you pick it up, it'll start to get a little bit of a forward lean, like you'll be able to see in those videos. And you could actually use that, take some practice at some lighter weights to kind of feel the pull of the momentum forward. Because you want to lead with your abs so that you don't get pulled going like this. Lead with your abs, but have your feet, you want quick steps to keep your feet under you, keep your hips under you, while you're feeling that momentum pull you forward. It's something to get sensitive to, and it's something that's really going to help the speed, the explosiveness, really the whole walk, especially at higher weights. The more weight there is, the more pull the weight wants to keep going. Yeah, so with that, with the grip, also with the grip, you want to try to get your hand as deep under there as possible. Now, a lot of times, people will just grab it right on their fingers, right in there, and that's weak. You can't pick up anything with your fingertips like that. So what you want to do is make sure you're using your thumb too, but get it as deep as you can. With the lighter weights you can get away with it, but these are things that are going to help you when you're really trying to push it on these. So you want to try to get your hand, I usually shoot for getting my knuckles facing the ground. What that does is creates a bit of a speed bump with the meat in your hand right in there. It's not the most comfortable, I'm not gonna lie, but it works and you'll just get used to it. It's worth it because you'll be able to lift a lot more weight that way. I've had lifts where I'm trying to max out where it keeps slipping. Just getting that speed bump in there gives you that extra couple steps before your grip gives out. Definitely helps a lot. Alright, so let's see. Recapping, we got everything engaged, right? Full body engaged, got the grips right. Now from there, for the actual walking, Now this is something I want to go over a little bit more in depth when I could show you at the gym me doing the stepping for this, because it applies to basically all strongman moves that you're walking, which is most of them. Yoke, farmer carry, heavy carries with like sandbags, kegs, all that stuff. Anything where you have to run, because really it's the good and bad of trying to walk with heavy stuff is that every time one foot leaves the ground, you're going to be unstable. So it's going to be good because you want to work that instability, you want to work the whole core and all that control. But at the same time, when you're carrying 400 pounds, you want to be as stable as possible in that unstable position. So you want to try to shuffle your feet as much as possible. You don't want to do so much of a heel-toe walk. On your heel, you're not balanced at all. And to lift your foot up that high, you're going to be more off balance. So what really works is quick, shuffly steps on the ball of your foot. You want to try to make your feet not leave the ground as much as possible. It's hard when you're trying to move in a gym. You have shoes on, rubber soles, they'll stick to the ground. That's why it's going to take some practice to kind of find the right shuffle there. I definitely want to make another video though where I go a little bit more in depth and can show you guys in real time what those steps will look like. But for now, practicing it, yeah, just trying to shuffle and keep your toes wide there, trying to look for balance. So yeah, went up the whole body, working everything. So now a big thing though is what if you can't get farmer handles? They're not too much money. I know there are some that are only like 125, 150 bucks, which is awesome. But if you don't have a place to use them, you're training at a commercial gym, things like that. So some ways you can modify this. Kettlebells work really well as long as you can get them heavy enough. Now it's not gonna be exactly the same as a real farmer handle because you don't have the size to deal with. Especially, I haven't even gotten into turning with it or anything like that. But if you're just going down and back, like I was in this workout today, yeah, you're still gonna get basically all the core principles of this exercise. If you're using dumbbells or kettlebells, you're just gonna miss out on a lot of that instability and that momentum, like I was saying, because the handles want to pull you, and that's definitely a whole nother level to deal with. So I definitely recommend picking up some farmer handles. They're going to be awesome, invaluable tool. I really think it's one exercise. If I had to only do like 3 exercises and that's it, farmer carries would be on the list. It works everything really effectively. Huge strength builder. So they're definitely worth the investment especially when it's only like 150 bucks. Yeah, so kettlebells can work though if you don't have the handles. Another way too, if you want to use kettlebells, but I know in my gym they only go up to, I think it's 24 kilograms, so that's what's that, like 55 pounds, something like that. That is pretty easy for a farmer carry unless you're really a beginner on it. So if you have some resistance bands, like the Elite FTS bands are really good. You could loop them through the handle, grab that. If you just grab the, you don't want to loop your hand in the band, but if you just grab it like a wad of the band, that's going to be a little extra grip strength, a little bit more instability because that kettlebell is going to be bouncing around because of the band. That's just another option for you, but I definitely recommend trying to get the big handles. Alright, so I also want to add, in that video I didn't just do farmer carries today. Also hit a full lower body day and wanted to show some accessory movements if you want to do a strongman style workout, also exercises that are going to help your farmer carries in general. So what I did today was a bunch of runs on the handles, Followed that up with lower weight, higher rep, hitting some volume on the trap bar. Had it flipped over so the lower handles hit a little bit more quad and leg on it. Since with the higher handles on the farmer handle, it's a lot, definitely still working the legs, but it's a lot more hip movement on there. So wanted to even that out, hit a little bit more quads on the low trap bar, and then finish that off with a bunch of runs with the prowler, just getting the legs on fire, getting some volume there. 3 big movements and hit everything. Awesome one. Definitely suggest a workout like that if you're looking for a way to increase full lower body strength. Hit a little bit of everything today. So got you guys an introduction to carrying some farmer handles. I highly recommend this exercise. I can't recommend it enough. Like I was saying before, if I only had to pick a handful of exercises that I could do, even if I only had to pick one exercise that I could ever do for the rest of my workouts, it would probably be farmer carries. Not even exaggerating how important I think they are and how good they are for building some strength, speed. You could use them for conditioning. Lots of different methods to using these, and it works everything very effectively. Everything from the toes down to the fingertips. Yeah, so go try it out, have some fun, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on Thursday.